Hey, hey, hey. Hey, man, we got an Ezgo gas car here. It turns over, don't crank up. Is it the fuel pump, carburetor, fuel filter, or is it a hose? First thing I'm going to do is show you how to lock it in neutral for safety. That way you can crank it up in neutral and you don't have to worry about it taking off with nobody. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to take the fuel lines off of the fuel pump, off the carburetor, off the engine, and show you which way it should pump and how this fuel system works. That way it's easier for you to understand, man. I don't want to just fix the problem and y'all fix yours. I want to explain to y'all how the fuel system works. And then that way next time if you have another problem, you'll know how it works. Because if you know how it works, you can fix it. That's the motto of this channel, man. Let's figure out how it operates. Let's change that one part only, man. The first thing we're going to do here, we're looking at the air box. You got your choke here. Want to turn it over, try to pull your choke if it cranks up. You can see the choke cable's working. But what we want to do is, if you crank it up on a cold day and you have to pull the choke at the beginning of the morning, that's normal. But once the engine gets warm, 10, 15 minutes after you driving it, and every time you take off, you have to pull the choke, there's a problem. And that means that we're not getting enough gas to the engine. So we're pulling the air to kill the airflow so it mixes the air and gas ratio even instead of it having too much air and not enough gas. All right, man, watch this video and we'll see what's going on with it. Now, if you look here, you can look at the fuel filter. Yeah, it looks dirty. Oh, well, it looks dirty. Who cares? All right, dirt don't mean nothing. It's outside dirt, not inside. Don't replace it unless you need to. Time for annual service, replace, change your oil and stuff once a year. Now, if you look at the fuel pump here, we're going to take the output line of the fuel pump. This is your pulse line from the engine. This is your output. The first pump, the first hose was your intake pretty much from the gas tank itself. Now what we're going to do is actually take the line off of the fuel pump itself going to the carburetor to see if the fuel pump's pumping. Now whenever you take the fuel line off, unscrew the clamp, and then what you want to do is twist your fuel line back and forth. Don't pull and bend because you're liable to break the air off the fuel pump. Twist it and it will pop loose. Hitting the gas now, you can see hitting the gas is pumping gas. So that tells me that the fuel filter is good, the tank's doing its job, no air leak, and that the fuel pump is doing its job. So now we have to figure out why isn't it getting from that side of the fuel pump to the other side of the carburetor if it's pumping gas. There's a fine line on that because that means you're getting fuel from the fuel pump. But it doesn't mean necessarily that you're getting fuel in the carburetor. That means your fuel pump's working, the valve's not shut off, the filter's not clogged up. So what I'm going to do, I was going to take my spark plug out, but I can't now because I got gas there, and if I get a spark, I get a fire. So I'm going to take my air box off here, take this hose off here. I'm going to take my intake hose off the carburetor. I was going to see if any gas is coming out of here. Nope, no gas coming out of there. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to check your spark plug to see if you're getting fuel without actually hitting the gas. And creating a spark with gas everywhere. So I'm going to get a 1316 socket. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my spark plug out and see how it looks. If you take the spark plug out and the spark plug's wet, then you know you're not getting no fire. But if you take the spark plug out and it's not wet, then you know you're getting fire but no fuel. And also too, man, if you got a newer cart and you got this problem, I've seen a bunch of the newer carts where the rocker arm bolt stud breaks. I mean, if you look at your spark plug, let's see what you see there. Your spark plug. looks a little wet in there. Part number is W9EXR-U. So I'm going to take that, put it in there. But it didn't look a lot wet, but it did have something wet on it. So now we're going to take it. All right, got that on. We'll crank it up. See what she does. You can see there that when we put the spark plug on it, the cart fired up. So what could have happened there was the customer was trying to crank it up and held the choke out too long and fouled the plug. Cause look at it, they're like it's running rich. So let's put this back on here. And we're gonna crank it up in neutral and see how it runs. Let me say this now, if you did that there and it still didn't crank up, what you could do is under your, because this is a magneto type coil, as long as the engine turns over, it should fire. On top of your, under your muffler here, you have your coil wire. This is your ground for you to kill your coil wire. What you want to do is unplug it, like that. And if your engine don't spark, then your coil is bad. If the engine does spark, then under here you have a relay, and the relay could be bad or a wiring problem. Because like I said, as long as the engine's turning over, this engine should fire. So I'm gonna plug my kill wire back in. If you do unplug your kill wire, make sure when you run it, you push it back so it don't get burnt on the muffler. Let's crank her up, see what she does now. See, man, simple as that, man. Just a spark plug, back up and running. Now, if it was carburetor related now, you would have to pull the choke out to get the car running. But you can see here, running good. But to me, one thing I noticed, it almost looks like your choke's out of adjustment here. Well, it might not. Let me loosen that up and see. I look like the choke's engaged a little bit. Because if you got to pull the choke out to get it running, then that right there tells you that you got trash in your carburetor and it's gummed up from sitting there a while. So you need to clean your carburetor. You go to my channel, type in clean carburetor golf cart whisperer. No, it's all the way back. And then you can find a video on how to clean your carburetor on a Kawasaki engine. Or if you have any questions you can't figure it out, you just dial text 843-595-1611, and for a $45 consultation fee, we'll get your golf cart running. Try it one more time, man. I'll let you go. Alright, I want to give a shout out to Lon to Learn, nickname Bird, for that quote. I'll fix it with your hands. I love it, Bird. Be good, buddy. Alright, y'all stay tuned and watch another video. Always remember, hey, hey, hey.